Hi everyone, welcome back to Tech Booth. Today we are looking at flash modes for beginners. The first mode we want to cover is called TTL, and this is an automatic mode of flash control. TTL stands for through the lens, and the way it works is that the camera through the lens meters out the scene, takes in consideration the distance from the subject, the ambient light, and the camera settings, and decides how much flash output is required to get a good exposure. When would you use TTL? Mostly when you're in situations where maybe the lighting is changing frequently, or you're dealing with a fast-paced situation like a wedding, and you want to make sure that you're not fumbling with the flash settings and the flash power. You're just concentrating on framing your picture and taking your picture, and let the camera and the flash decide what flash output to give you the best exposure. A small side note, not all flashes are created equal, and not all speed lights will be able to do TTL, for example. So as you are buying your first speed light, or you are adding to your speed lights, make sure that you buy the speed light that does what you need it to do. If you are looking for a speed light that does TTL or through the lens or that automatic setting, that speed light must actually be designed to work with your camera. So if you're going to buy off-brand speed lights like this Yongnuo or the Godox that I sometimes use, make sure you buy one that is compatible with the brand of camera that you're going to be using. Otherwise, you will not be able to use the automatic feature or the TTL feature. This goes as well to the triggers that you're going to buy. Make sure you're buying triggers that are compatible with your camera brand. The next mode is the manual mode, and in this mode you are taking control of all the settings on your flash. So you are the one who's deciding the flash power output through the dials that you see on your unit. So you go up and down from full power all the way down to, for most flashes, 1/128 of full power. And in this manual mode, especially for flashes that are this simple, that are manual only flashes, all you need to do is to put that flash on top like this and screw it down, and when you take a picture, the flash goes off. I hope you can see that. That's quite simple. Now this flash power can be controlled with the unit on top of the camera, or you can actually use triggers. You can use a trigger like this, and you can control the power of the flash unit using a trigger. By adjusting the flash power yourself, you control the intensity and direction of your light to get the specific effect that you want. So sometimes you don't want the camera deciding for you what is the best exposure, because maybe you want your scene a bit darker than usual, or in some cases where you are dealing with ambient light, for example, when you are shooting against the sun as it is setting to get those dramatic sunset photos of your subjects, then you want to be able to control the flash power yourself, because if you let the camera do that for you, then it will expose for that ambient light and you won't get the dramatic effect that you're looking for. The last mode we're going to be dealing with is called the strobe mode, or on some flash units like this one, it's called the multi mode. Most people will not use this for everyday photography because it has very specific creative reasons for using. What happens in multi-mode is that your speed light fires off rapid bursts of light every time you take a picture. And these rapid short bursts of light at high frequency freeze the action that you are taking. And you can get very creative photos with this mode, like these ones. So in the multi-mode, you can change your flash power as usual, like that. And you can also change these two numbers. The first number shows you how many times this unit is going to flash, and then the second number, which is 8 Hertz, tells you how many times a second that flash is going to come. So in this case we've got 3 flashes at 8 flashes per second. So if I test this, you will see it has fired off 3 times, and the number of times your flash can actually manage to fire depends on your flash power. So if I reduce this flash power to 1/28, it means I can have more flashes. You can see it's going up to 10. I can have more flashes and more flashes per second, because the speedlight can handle giving out that amount of power. So when I press this, this unit should go off 10 times. Okay? And you get these very creative photos where the action is frozen at different intervals as the action progresses. So those are the 3 modes. TTL, or through the lens, is your automatic mode. And then you get the manual mode where you control everything yourself, and then you get the strobe or multi-mode that is used for freezing action and getting some creative shots in your photography. And that's it for today from me, the 3 modes of your speedlight: TTL, manual, and strobe or multi-mode. Go ahead and experiment with those modes as you push your creativity using controlled lighting.